What is good, people? And today on Quackers TV, the number one show in Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan and Lithuania, we literally are doing something different. We are going to try and survive the Premier League with the worst team physically possible. Arsenal. God, yeah, I know, I'm so fucking funny. No, we have literally compiled the team of worst rated players in their positions into one team, put them all on Waterford, taking out Sheffield United because they're not going to be missed. No offence any Blades fans, but considering they have about 100 subs, the odds aren't great for that. And we are going to try to keep Waterford in the Premier League on ultimate difficulty. The only rules are simple. There are no rules. If I want to sim, I can sim. If I want to play the match, I can play the match. Basically, I've just got to try and keep them in the league. I'm not being funny, it's Waterford already. It's enough of a challenge without having to sit through a battering from Man City. So, if I think that's the 3 points I can give up, I'm going to give up that 3 points. Simple, obvious. Early on, made a pretty fatal error for my first few games. I tried the fallback with a 4-4-2, thinking, we're going to go at them. We're going to see what we have. We're going to attack. We're going to show some bloody optimism. Then I see my youth academy players are all higher rated than my actual team. But we got off to a good start in our first game against Burnley. Luna's flying through. Bottles a good chance against Burnley's third choice keeper, I believe. And just from there on, bad to worse, to be honest. Burnley score one, come forward again. And I start thinking having the 5'9" goalkeeper may not be the best idea. So we lose our first game 2 against Burnley. Sean douche there, eating gravel, eating some worms, offered me some, but it's just not my thing, and the second game doesn't go much better.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Maybe having a keeper who's smaller than I was in year 7 isn't the best idea. I'm not even going to comment on that one. It's just not worth my time. So up come Newcastle next. Newcastle United, Steve Bruce, one of the most bang average teams in the league at the moment. We might just have a chance, and we start beautifully. Bird fucking waving one, telling all the Newcastle fans where they can stuff it, and I'm straight on that 5 back. I am all on defence. We are going to hold on to this 1-0 lead with everything we have. What we have, we are bloody going to hold on to. We are like a starving child who's just got a morsel of fucking bread. We're going to save that bad boy. We are going to savour it. This 1-0 has to get us through. We have 0 points out of 6 so far. I've got to try and get to 40 points with a team whose highest rate player I believe is 49. Yeah, it's not exactly going to be fun. To be fair to Big Birdie there, good fucking finish, flapping his fucking wings if I've ever seen one. Yes, pretty obviously Quackers is going for a midlife crisis there. Come on there, boys, defend. 5'9" keeper in there, still haven't learned the error of my ways, and I'm punished for it.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine. You're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Absolutely fluffs these lines. And as you can see, we should have won, to be honest, but 1-1. And to be honest, the 5 back, it did a lot better than I expected. So from here on out, I'm going to show the actual shape later on, but for now, we're going to stay in that 5 back, and yet again, I'm starting to wonder what the fuck the point of a goalkeeper is. And whether I should do the save anymore and what the fuck I've got myself in for. I actually have a pretty decent hairline, I'd rather not lose it at such a young age. Anyway, back to it. We simmed to the end because it was pretty pointless, and we actually got a goal back. We snuck a 0-0 against West Ham, which I was absolutely buzzing with because that makes it 4 points from 5, I believe. And up came Brighton next. And here enters the enzyme god. My god. As I said, this is the hardest challenge you'll ever find on FIFA, on YouTube, full stop. And you will only find it on Quackers TV. I want all of you boys to go to your favourite YouTubers and challenge them to this. Say, if you're man enough, take on the Quackers TV challenge. Try and see if you can beat your score. Try and see if you can survive. Enzyme God puts us 1-0 up early on. And we're just starting to believe. Because if we get the 3 points here... Wait, no, we haven't won yet, have we? Fuck. We're on 1 point. Nzongon absolutely bottles a pass, but speaking of bottling, Matty Ryan, you
Till it's
absolute
cool, just
god of
cool
you.
into
You
the mouth.
absolute fucking hero.
Nice.
You are immense, mate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm shit scared of Australia because I'm scared of anything. You're gonna see this a lot, by the way. Slide has just been thrown up because I feel like some of the finishing from 48 rated players you'd never believe without it. As I was saying, I'm shit scared of Australia because I'm scared of anything that's smaller than me that can kill me. And as I'm 6'3", it's like 99% of the earth. But anyway, 2-0 to the boys, and we've just got our first 3 points in the bag that I clearly spoiled earlier by accident. So that is 4 points from 6. And Zongod gets 2 in the game. One more win and we've got an actual positive record, as in more than 1 point a game. I'm not used to celebrating that, as you can see from my lead save, my Valencia save so far, so that's interesting. Thank Gray and Potter for his magic. They're absolutely buzzing with that one. The boys, what an effort from them. Defensively, offensively, could not be stopped. Brighton had nothing, no shots, as you saw, definitely didn't have 6 shots. There you have it, 5 points so far. Upcoming Liverpool, yes, I have gotten the points total wrong about 100 times so far. I'm doing this without a script because I'm a poor boy with no time on his hands and it takes about 3 hours to render. Speaking of not taking long though, I've got a 6'5" keeper in goal who's slightly older and slightly lower rated, but it doesn't seem to really matter because Liverpool just taking the piss out of me. I'm pretty sure they're just getting revenge for my lead save, to be honest. At this point I just give up. 2-0. Go home, save myself some time. Up come Aston Villa, and we held on and held on. Brilliant defence. I'm not going to lie, some of these defenders, absolute heroes they are. Every last one of them, absolute Donnies. But you know who's not a Donny? The fucking keeper. Yep, so on to the next game against Wolverhampton. Hudson-Odoi late on. Oh, please don't do it again. Thankfully our keeper actually saves it that time, but they do get a corner late on, and as you've seen, my keepers aren't the best from set pieces. Here's a little trick though. Pull him out a bit. It does... Oh my god. I was saying it does make them take the corners slightly wider than they usually would, so it's less likely to head it in. I mean, I was right, they didn't head it in. They have another corner, so I can still make a tip myself, but you know. Big old keepy boy. Big old birdie flapping his wing. Oh my god. Just please. Oh my. Walker, you're a good pack of crisps. You are McCoys. You are bloody Walkers. You are not fucking... What's a shit pack of crisps? Anything salt and vinegar, basically, right? Yeah. Anyway, we come again to Stamford Bridge. And Stamford Bridge is certainly not falling down. Just can't be bothered at this point, so I sim it. And we get a point. The Nzongod, I'm telling you. He is a god amongst men. Charles Nzongod. And he actually started the Waterford, which makes this even better. Am I not allowed to have one good thing in my life? Can I not just be happy for 1 second save? We move on again. Waterford, this is the 3 points. We need this. This isn't even a relegation 6 point. This is a relegation 1,000,000 pointer. This is a chance to not just win, but to get some absolute confidence up. And Zongod, the only one who can bloody put the ball in the net, does it again. He's literally the only one who gets goals. His Tinder profile is popping. The other players literally use his profile picture because they are that desperate to get a date. You think I'm joking? I'm genuinely not. The Nzongod gets what he fucking wants. He gets puss. There we go though. 1-0 against West Brom early doors. We can't stop there though. And we don't. I'm not going to try and pronounce this lad's name. I'm not good, but Phelan, I know Phelan. I used to have a friend called Phelan. Davidson, someone who started off as a centre back, but tactical mastermind, quack tackler, throws centre backs in at centre mid, and they get the job done. 2-0 against West Brom. Could we make it 3? Could we get our first 3-goal lead of the season? Would be our second win of the season, and a big one at that. Because you will not believe this, but at this point we weren't actually in the relegation zone, in spite of the ridiculous form. Here comes the birdie. Here comes the Nzongod, and you know he's not going to miss. You can't be telling me the Nzongod is 48 rated. You can't be telling me because I won't believe you. He is the enzyme god, and he does whatever the bloody hell he likes. Back to enzyme god. Tucks it away with a flourish like the artist the man is. People set up a church for this lad because he deserves it after this performance. Just to repeat myself, this is an ultimate difficulty challenge to keep a team whose keeper might have been Jesus Christ in a lost life because he genuinely has a phobia of crosses, and the highest rated player being 49. If you can think of a harder challenge, let me know. But right now, we've got 10 points after 13 games and it's not looking great. We've got Leeds United next, a team who are actually within reach of us somehow. This is enough of relegation 1,000,000 pointer, boys. We actually have to win these. And as you may have noticed by now, boys and girls, it looks like we are winning it, doesn't it? Because you'll never guess who. It's not the enzyme god, it's not Big Birdie, I need to be careful saying that name, I'm going to get cancelled. Nanga, I believe it is. Actually bad one. Beautiful through ball. Bangs it in. I absolutely did not mean that through ball for him, but I'll bloody take it. Meslier, loyal to the badge, loyal to the manager. Knows Quackers TV is his manager. Lets it in like the hero he is, because if he was playing for me, we all know, and I mean it, we all know, he would have saved it. That's the end of that game. On to Palace next. Big Jimmy Davidson. Might actually have to send him to Jim and fix it after that one. He deserves as much. So he should be 1-0 up, but we come forward again. And guess what? It's Big Birdie flapping his wings. Beautiful turn into Davidson for the redemption arc. And it's a good pass, to be fair, to the gold. It is a great pass to the gold. We know his name's the silver, but to us he is the gold. What a finish. Just like that, Watford fans have hope. They have a belief. They might just... Okay, good, I can keep talking. They might just stay up. They might just be able to survive. Look at that defending. That is the determination. That is the blood, pet, assassin, sweat, tears. Got all these words wrong, but I don't care. Because we're out to concede now, I'm going to tear out my hair. Luckily for us though, Big Walker's shown he's an unopened bag. He's hella fresh. We somehow scrape a 1-1 with Palace, the team in 18th place in the league. So they don't gain anything on us, but at least, I don't know, there's no positives from it. We absolutely should have won. But Tottenham, and we start early. This is the first big team we started nice and early against, nice and up for it, nice and morning wood for it. And Zongod with some beautiful footwork into big fills to silver out to finish casting the bronze right there. God, my lines are terrible, aren't they? I'm actually embarrassed saying them half the time. And Lucas Moura makes it 1-0. And I had some hope still, to be honest, because we were playing quite well. And as you may have noticed, we got out of there quicker than a Tinder date when they realised I catfished them with a picture of Ryan Gosling and I don't actually look like his younger brother. It's the light, I swear. In the right light, I'm piff. Speaking of piff, that keeping, Jasper absolutely given no chance. Again, it's a relegation battle, Fulham, Waterford. Yeah, can we just look at this again? Look at the way this ball flipping bounces. Yes, I did sense myself. Look at the way this ball bounces. I've always had a theory that half the issue of FIFA is because the ball has to be at someone's foot. It is magnetic. There is no such thing as a loose ball in FIFA. And I'm sorry, if this doesn't prove it, I don't know what does. The ball literally magneted to that guy's head like he bloody had some screws loose. Speaking of magnetic materials, even though I'm too bad at science to actually know if it is or not, Big De Silva with a huge goal. Yes, I just did my Gary Neville orgasm. De Silva with the Platinum Express finish. Top bins. Take those out, keeper, because it's Tuesday night and the bin men will be here in the morning. Areola clearly had a bit of rough play last night. Had absolutely no chance. Fulham come forward, Loftus-Cheek, gave him a good old spanking like he deserves. If you can hear my dog snoring in the background, I do apologise, he's a bit of a prick. Speaking of pricks, This ref will let it go on that long, but we do steal another victory, and you're just starting to think, aren't you, boys? Could he do it? Could Quackers TV actually survive? Surely not. But you just look at that, 3 points clear of the 20 games. It might just be possible. It's going to be a tight one, I won't lie. It's going to be tighter than a nun in when she sees the Pope, I guess. I don't really know where I was going with that line. But we might just do it. As you can see, we don't have the greatest December, drawing with Everton our highlights, but Fulham came up to us, slapped us square in the face and said we're getting a rematch because otherwise we're going to tell your nan, I don't know, you ate the last cookie. What the nan's not like. They usually kind of, I mean, my nan hated me, but my nan literally knows me as my brother's friend, rather. Yeah, it's pretty depressing. Speaking of not depressing, though, let's get up for it. It's not time for therapy. It's not time for sob stories. It's time for Big Da Silva, the fastest player on earth. Big 70 pace Da Silva, the speed demon, to show us all what he is about. Turning his man there like all churches wish they could do. Big Larkin should have made it 2-0, should have made it comfortable. But big old Larkin, with a beautiful reverse pass to Phelan, made his defenders cross-eyed. And that is 2-0 and another 3 points. And you just can't help but think it. And it's true, boys. It's okay to accept it. I am the greatest career mode player in the world. I am the best. Hashtag Harry, eat your heart out. Tex, you ain't good enough. I am the best career mode player. Smith shit. I am the best career mode player in history. Simple as. I genuinely think it would be easier to get silver 1 with this team for a pro player than it would be to finish in the top 10 in career mode with this team. As you can see, it's not too easy scoring goals for this team, so we're doing our absolute best. Just realised my mic's been the wrong way around the entire time, so if I sound differently now, that is why. I would absolutely love to redo this whole audio, but unfortunately Simple Plan keep demonetizing my videos anytime I play a half a second clip of theirs, so I don't really have time to. The anger though had time to absolutely bury that past Matty Ryan again. The old Australian owes us a Fosters after that one because he is absolutely saving our season. And here at this point I'm thinking we're going on a bit of a roll here. I've got this now. I'm going to win the league. I might just steal Europe with this team, you know. I've learned to defend with it. I've learned to play with it. Playing with it was basically just passing it under the midfield until the wing-backs found acres of space, which they always did because the game's pretty stupid. But speaking of stupid, Nzongon with an absolute beautiful finisher. That is why we call him the Nzong God. Again, I'm getting the slides up because I just don't think someone his range should be able to finish like that. But yeah, literally the only play style of this team is pass it around between the cam and the 2 centre mids until the wing back runs forward, cut it through the wing back and run down the line, and then cut it back to the 2 strikers and pass it around in circles. That's literally the play style. I'd really rather it not be, but what can you do? This literally took me 6 bloody attempts to play through this whole season because of how dull and boring this is. I'd love to recommend this to all of you who love a challenge, but it is genuinely about as boring as a career mode can ever get. It is so mind-numbingly dull, and every single game is like you're playing Bateson. Bloody hell, that was close. Like you're playing Bateson for the rights to open packs the rest of his life because, oh, look at that composure there from Dinanga. I don't bloody know. But yeah, it's just so intense. It's so much pressure, and now I know what you're wondering as you see that goal in. Is Quacker's going to pass this ball around the back for the rest of the game?
You bet your sweet bippy I do.
Yeah, I'm not being funny. I ain't losing the win. This game is stressful enough. This game literally is the worst experience I've ever had playing career mode. I am going to be passing the ball around the back. I'm getting that win because that puts us 8 points clear of relegation and 16 points away from that magic 40 mark. West Ham up next. The Nanga should be through, but we've got 47 rated players in centre mid who cannot pass. I'm not going to lie. I could play this save again every single time. That should have been a penalty. And I would never, ever succeed. The only reason I was able to succeed is because Big Walker in net As much as you've seen all his blunders and his awful bloody misses, he played like a 90 rated keeper. I have played a lot of seasons in career mode now. Also, this goal's hilarious. And Walker's probably outplayed all of my keepers other than set pieces. He would walk into most teams I know, thank you, the pun was amazing. My dad is going to beat me for it later because it was so awful, but you know, I'll take it. Sometimes you just got to take what you can get. Look at that though. That is not a 48 rated goalkeeper. I don't care. Oh, please don't concede now though. Oh god. Okay, we're good. Another 3 points. 27 points now. 13 away from that magic mark. And at this point I believed. At this point I really thought we could do it. We've had a really nice run of favourable fixtures. I don't know if morale works on this the way it does on FM. Also again, ridiculous finish. I feel like it must do like it works on FM as well. Because our players... I'll come back to that. Look at this touch here on the replay. Look at this literal touch and how it ruined my defence. You might not have seen it there. I'm going to slow it down for you. That player actually deflected that ball. That would be the single greatest pass in football history. Look how he's just rolled that through. That would literally be considered the single greatest pass in football history. I do not care, bar none. That would be the greatest. That touch was ridiculous. The amount of finesse and technique you'd need to play that pass is kind of similar to the amount Bird would need to finish this. Oh, I do love this game. I do love career mode and I do love big birds. I'm not Jack Grealish, but you know, can't complain about a bit of curve sometime. Yes, even though they just scored a goal that involved possibly the greatest touch in football history, it was completely irrelevant because the big bird flew forward and absolutely 500 IQ'd it in off Fraser Forster's bottom. Mate, Fraser lad, you're going to have to do some Pilates because that bottom was too thick today and it's let you down. 85th minute, 2-1 to the boys, 30 points boys already. We're mid-table. The only, I don't even know what to say, the only goal of this was to bloody survive. And suddenly we're mid-table and Big Nzongod's making sure we might just be on the march for Europe. Spinning his man, and this is a 50 rated player now. I'm not being funny, he's playing better than most bloody players to my Valencia save. I came ridiculously close to spoiling the signing for you there, but let's just say I made a signing and he has not panned out great so far. But just as I said, go to all of your favourite YouTubers, please, and dare them to try this challenge. Put together the same team as I did. It's on the screen at the start of the video and I'll flash up at the end. Swap them for Sheffield United in the Prem. And try and survive on ultimate difficulty. Because I promise you, I genuinely don't see how you can do better than I did. I genuinely don't. Because I completely fluked this entire run. You saw that bloody bird goal against Southampton. You need the most ridiculous amount of RNG, including players bottling chances, Walker suddenly turn into Oblak, and bloody Nzongod being Nadine Zidane in his prime. I mean, look at the bloody guys. As you see, we scored. I hid it a bit, but I thought I'd also let you know that we did lose to Tottenham at the same time. I thought if I showed a goal, it might, at the same time, it might go under the wraps, to be honest. But you know, who cares? That is another goal for the boys. Is it going to be another dub? I mean, Waterford, there's a reason our name starts with W, because all we do is get dubs. Let's ignore all of the prior losses. Again though, what a finish. What can you even say about that goal? That's just an unreal finish. I don't know how defensive I got about this. I literally had to keep slowing the sliders, boys and girls. Unreal though, left the keeper with no shot. 1-0 to Waterford, big to gold, absolutely finishing with aplomb, with a bomb so good the American army splashed their budget on it. We come forward again. It's big feeling out the play. De God into Birdie. At this point, actually, I do want to say something. It's legendary hard and ultimate. I actually really need someone to answer this question for me, because I only play on my actual like online saves. So I feel like if I switch to legendary and it's really easy. Oh, let's just gloss over that. If I switch to legendary and it's really easy, then I just look like I'm trying to cheat. But if I switch to legendary and it's harder, then obviously it's better content for people. So can someone actually tell me, is legendary harder on career mode than ultimate? Because ultimate just doesn't feel that difficult. If I can get wins of this team, if I can get this team to near enough mid-table, like, someone let me know please in the chat. I don't know. Chat. I ain't a Twitch streamer. I'm going to start doing live streams eventually though, when I can stop being a lazy boss and get my green screen set up. The platinum though, I don't know why I showed that highlight. It was pretty pathetic. Big Jackie Harrison though, showing exactly why I didn't keep him, fluffing a chance against a 48 rated goalkeeper. Bit pathetic. Not pathetic though, our finishing, our team, our passion, our blood, our sweat, our tears. I got it right that time. Aren't you all proud of me? Yes, boys. 1-0 though, my old team. I had to shower after that goal. I sat in the shower and cried after that goal. I just felt helpless. This is just painful. My own boys beating me up, and we tried to advance forward to get a goal back, and yeah.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I am Captain Planet.
That goal was just painful. That goal genuinely hurt my heart, seeing Captain Planet score against me. Big Birdie comes forward, but it's nothing more than the consolation. West Brom now, this is a chance. We've got to win. If we win this, to be honest, I'll make the guarantee. If we win this, we stay up. It's simple. I've kept the points total hidden just because, you know, just like how VAR likes to mess around Arsenal because it adds suspense to the league. You lot say I'm wearing a tin hat. Well, if aliens come and kidnap you all, then that's your fault. The earth is definitely flat. It's not flat. If you think it's flat, you're an idiot. Denanga, whew, giving his bloody marker the shuffle there. Made him look. Pointed, said, oh look, is that your Marge getting absolutely railed? He looked. He sent the other way. Bang. How do you like that? I don't like it very much. Doesn't matter though. Denanga.
Nope.
Can they stop making me look like idiots, please? Big Birdie though, flapping his wings into Denanga. Made up for it. I actually am so scared of saying that name, you know. I'm genuinely have heart palpitations saying his name. It's not even that close to the world. I'm just pale as a ghost, white lanky git in South London, so I'd rather not get stabbed. You think I'm joking? I had a knife pulled on me by a 9-year-old before, by the way. That's not a lie. It was my friend's fault because he was taunting them on a bike. But a bloody 9-year-old pulled a bloody knife on me. That is what my ends are like. That is what I have to live with. So when you think I'm insulting you, Turkmenistan, by saying I'm the #1 show in your country or whatever, I'm not. That's genuinely what my city is probably much worse. I promise you that. Here comes West Brom though. Big Fommy, the Fom. Please, I did yawn just say because it took them so long to take it. Oh god, no. Kobayashi bullied me this game. That's the only way I can put it. He literally bullied me. And just like that, we're dragged straight back into the relegation dogfight. We come marching forward. Birdie, it's a big fat Sam team, ain't it? It's not easy to break down. The boys did their absolute darndest, but what can you do? It's a loss. It's not the end of the world, but considering we have City next and we still have to play Liverpool and Arsenal before the end of the league, it's not ideal when we still need, I think we're on 37 points now. So 3 points, I'd say, from that magical, beautiful number. You can see though, we are 10 clear with 7 games left. But as I said, if we win this game, we are safe. That is a guarantee. And here's another challenge for you. If you don't want to just try and get safety, if you think you can beat me full stop, try and get to 40 points before me. That's the challenge actually, not even trying to survive. Just try to get to 40 points before I did. Because when you've got big goals playing for me the way he does, I just don't think you're going to be able to get the best out of him the way I do. 1-0 to the big watery boys. Keenan must have left the tap running because he absolutely is trying to butter us up to try and save his water bill. As I said, misses another one, the flop merchant. To be honest, him in real life, he's literally just brought on to be big and hurt people. I generally have never seen anything good out of him. All he does is run around a lot and bully defenders a bit. It's like I plan all of this, but I don't, I promise you. Big Shane Larkin into the gold though. The platinum finish into the top bins. Emi Martinez, go back to Arsenal, lads, because you don't belong out here. Go back to the bench. The platinum absolutely went and opened up his Express account and took all of the glory for himself. What a goal from the boy. That, boys and girls, is 40 bloody points for the boys. We have survived. Challenge succeeded. We're good. Don't worry, there's still a few minutes of my lovely voice. Also, I'm just going to say, because I know there's a few questions. Why is it 4-minute halves and why could you simulate? I've got the most monotone voice in all of existence, and this video with simulation on 4 minutes was still over 30 minutes long. I don't want to be putting people to sleep. I mean, I could put people to sleep and my watching time would go up massively if they have autoplay on my videos. It's actually a good idea. But anyway, I simulate because otherwise this video would take ages. And not just that, the longer the game goes on, the harder it is. That's absolutely acceptable to say. My player's stamina would drain. There's more time for them to get an attack on me to make an error. You can say absolutely that would make the challenge harder. But I'm using a 49 rated keeper. My team at this point, I think we have a 51 rated player. That's it. That's the best we have. Look at our end of year run, by the way. Ridiculous. Luckily we bloody got 40 points already, so I could sim the last few games. But yeah, if I went 6-minute halves, I don't think I'd have stayed up. I'm not going to lie. I just don't think I would have. I think they'd have had too long to get equalisers, too long to get winners, too long to break that defence down. And to be honest, I'm already ADD, pretty much, so it's hard enough for me to focus on a game like game as it is. So I just gave myself the only hope I did have, and as you can see, it worked out pretty well for myself because we did it. Quackers TV is confirmed, is coronated, is bloody officially the greatest career. Oh my god, that finished. Is the greatest career mode YouTuber, the greatest career mode player of all time, and the only way I'm going to accept anyone else to take that title from me is if they complete this challenge. Simple as. I am never doing this challenge again. It was that awful. It was so depressing. And you know what? Because I hate myself so much, my next challenge is to keep a team of goalkeepers up in the European Super League. Because I guess I just hate being happy. So wait for that video to come out soon when I can be bothered to play a full season with them. And when I can be bothered to edit it, considering I'm not going to lie, I filmed this 3 weeks ago and I was just too lazy to edit 10 hours of footage down. As you can see though, it's the victory tour. We're 1-0 up. We are clean as you like. We're looking good. The boys arms out celebrating. Fans, they've already got the boos going. Mate, score a goal. I don't care. I am the greatest manager of all time. I am Quackers TV. I am the best YouTuber at this game mode. Full stop. Not having it any other way. You're watching Eurotrip. Here's the spoiler for you. I'm going to win it all. I'm Quackers TV. I score goals like this with Big Birdie and he flaps and flaps and flaps away. I feel like at this point I should stop being an arrogant bastard. just so you all know, yeah, this is a character I play. I'm just joking around. I don't actually think I'm the greatest. I mean, I might be. Let someone do this challenge and beat me to it, and then, you know, we can get a debate. But in all honesty, I'm playing a character. If anything I ever say offends you, just let me know. I'm happy to end up as a better person from it. If you think something I say is offensive, let me know. Because I'm happy to have a discussion that might improve me as a person in the end. But for now, there's about a minute and a half left in this video, so I'll take advantage of it. As you can see, the league table speaks for itself. My player stats will flash up, but you know, we can all read, so we'll leave that on. If you got this far in a video, genuinely, you're an absolute hero. I can't put into perspective how much of a hero you are. Like, it blows my mind. You're an absolute don. Full stop, end of story. But if you did like it, you know the rules. If you liked it, like it. If you loved it, subscribe. And if you really loved it and you want to marry it, share it with your mates, because a threesome, we all know it's better than a twosome. It's just the way the world works. But for me, Quackers TV, the man, the myth, the legend, the best TV show on the planet, the man who is absolutely riffing here because there's still 30 seconds left and he's run out of things to say. Just realising on God's name is Mike, and it is actually hilarious. Mike and Zongod, brilliant. But again, I'll just quickly put the parameters up. As you can see, my player stats are flashing up. Simple as. Those are their stats. You can see their growth and the amount of goals they scored. A lot of players didn't get to play any football because they just didn't make the cut, to be honest. They're a bit rubbish. I wouldn't recommend it if you like your sanity. But if you want a challenge, as you can see, my board told me I did an awful job despite getting them 10th, hilariously. I would recommend this if you want a challenge. But the propaganda's running, so I will too. Quackers TV out of here. Have a good day. Love you, babes.